silent salvos. Silence is golden, or rather, it is a golden weapon when deployed by our kind. The use of silent treatment against our victims is a major part of our portfolio of abusive manipulations. Easy to implement, very low in terms of energy expended, but capable of reaping such considerable rewards in terms of fuel, control, the assertion of superiority, and the administration of power. It is little wonder that we use it regularly. The application of silence can be used virtually at any time and in nearly every situation. This cold fury causes frustration, upset, fearfulness, concern, confusion, and bewilderment. It is perfect at drawing fuel from our victims. It is astonishing just how it affects those it is used against, causing the emotional fuel to froth and spill from the perplexed and worried individual. It causes anxiety and has a most unsettling effect, which ensures that those who are subjected to it are unable to understand why it is being used. By maintaining a heightened emotional state, we ensure that you never manage to grasp what is happening and why this passive-aggressive tactic is being used. It plays to your desire to know what is happening and why, but you do not realize. You hover around us, asking what is wrong. Why are you not speaking to me? What is the matter? Please just talk to me. Every sentence you utter, every plea you make, and every beseeched demand just makes us continue it all the more. In those instances where the silent treatment is administered and we remain proximate to you, we will maintain a glacial mask, an impassive fixed expression, which may be punctuated by the occasional baleful glare. But underneath this mask, we are smiling and laughing at you. Look at how upset she is. See the confusion in her eyes, and wait for it. Here comes another question, another plea, another request to be put out of her misery. How the fuel flows, and we revel in what we see. Even when the silent treatment is utilized against you from a distance and we are not physically with you, we are savoring just how you'll be reacting. We can picture you frantically jabbing your phone as you send text after text, asking us to come home, to call you, and just explain what the problem is. We listen to your tear-infused voicemails as you ask us to just let you know that we are okay. Your sobbing promises to work things out and, whatever I have done, I am sorry, but please, please don't do this to me. Of course, your failure to understand what you have done is used against you in two ways, so that you are damned either way. Your admission that you do not know what you have done, which of course is entirely correct. How could you know what has happened when we just walked out of the living room when everybody was safe, quietly watching television, just serves to underline in our minds that we are right to take this course of action with you. Why should we bother to contact you if you cannot even be bothered to work out what you have done wrong? All the more reason to keep this silence going for a while longer yet. Furthermore, because it is so effective at troubling you and keeping you guessing as to what the reason for this icy front is, we want to continue it. The silent treatment is used for many reasons. First and foremost, as with all manipulations, it is used to draw fuel. It is to exert control over you. It is to keep you in an emotional place and thus paralyzed, unable to see what is happening and unable to think clearly. It is to reinforce our perception of power, superiority, and might, whilst you are regarded as useless and pathetic. You do not know how to please us. You do not know how to remedy the matter. You cannot even work out what you have done. Thus, we regard you as useless. There is also a further reason why we use the silent treatment. This is our way of killing you. True enough, there are those of our kind who actually do kill their victims. Those people are idiots. They lack control, function, and competence, and allow their knee-jerk response to override their need for fuel and the ability to do as we please. By committing such an act, by losing control and killing, those of our kind who do this, and they are invariably the lesser of our kind, not only destroy their primary source of fuel, often with no true contingency in place, but they then hand themselves on a plate to the authorities, a prison sentence, and the attendant diminution in fuel that arise from incarceration. As I explained, they are idiots. Those of us who exert control over our responses, and those of us who are of a higher function who plot and plan and calculate, do not go down such a route. No, instead, we slay with silence, and here are 17 salvos which bring about that quiet death. 1. Remaining in the room and saying nothing and not even acknowledging you. 2. Remaining silent but staring malevolently at you. 3. Talking to others in a social gathering but blanking you. 4. Ignoring your telephone calls. 5. Answering your telephone calls but saying nothing as we listen to you beg and plead before ending the call. 6. Ignoring your text messages. 7. Allowing you to know we have read your messages but never responding. 8. Responding to everybody else's comments on social media, but not yours. 9. Inviting everybody in a social group to which you belong to an event, but not inviting you. 10. Agreeing to meet for a date and then not turning up. 11. Sleeping in the spare room or on the sofa, anywhere but in the bed with you. 12. Walking out all of a sudden and completely disappearing. 13. Not engaging with you directly, but acknowledging your existence through a third party. For instance, John, did you hear something then? I thought I heard something squeak, whine, moan, used when you speak. 14. Extending the silent treatment so it is meted out by lieutenants and members of the coterie. 15. Responding to any written communication from you by writing, I do not recognize the sender of this letter, message, email. 16. We talk to you, but only about our day, what we want to discuss, and do not allow you to speak. We talk over you, ignore what you have to say, and behave as if we are talking to ourselves in the mirror. 17. You hear from other parties that we have been talking in terms as if you do not exist. Yes, I am going to the wedding next week. I am happy to do so on my own. I'm not being controlled then. Even though you had no idea that we had such a plan in mind, your existence has been eradicated and deleted by us and relayed back to you by proxy. The application of the silent treatment is powerful indeed. It is regarded as a death blow against you. Murdering without feeling has never been so damn appealing.